shift the weight first.
Shift the weight first.
So you set up, you shift the weight, and then you move. So it's not this kind of thing. It's not like the tournament, you know, the Tai Chi.
Okay.
So it's set and then go. So you have to have the weight on the one leg before you can go. So everything has to be set. It's the same thing manipulation. When I manipulate somebody's head, when I'm doing manipulation on the neck, like in Atlantic occipital release, I take the head, put a little bit of distraction, put it into extension, drop it into lateral flexion, and then just 1/4 inch. And then everything explodes in here. It just releases. But you have to do it right. The setup is important. So in Tai Chi, setup is important. Then the waist does the rest. Versus, you see this, you know, in tournament, there are some artificial energies going through them. You know, they're trying to they're trying to imitate what's supposed to be happening inside externally, so that the people have something to watch. There is nothing to watch in Tai Chi. It's ugly, it's boring, because it's all internal. It's nothing we can see. It's too bad we can't have some kind of scope. The Chinese invented a scope that we can actually look inside the person as they're doing Tai Chi. It would be, everybody would go and see all these things happening. Can't. So that's why it's not a spectator sport. They're trying to make it that way. Why? Money, 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 money. It's always meant to be done in somebody's living room, somebody's bedroom, in the basement, in a park. It's not meant to be done in a big auditorium that everybody, wow. Then you gotta wear the silk robes and you have to, you know, do this kind of stuff. It's not Tai Chi Chuan. That's demonstration art, that's face, that's, you know, ego. This is not, where the ego's in this? If I do this in the park, I'm not gonna have a whole group of people around me. They're gonna watch me. The only people that'll come around me are the cops, because somebody calls and says there's a man that probably has a gun that's, you know, gonna kill 23 school children. It's not, you know, it's so foreign. Real Tai Chi should elicit that kind of response from the public. That this is an insane man, he's crazy. From jumping around with nunchucks, they go, oh, okay, you know, that's normal. That's the guy you should be afraid of, you know. But they're fearful of, you know, what's this quiet? Because it's always the quiet guys that go in and kill all these people, you know. So, but real Tai Chi Chuan is not what people think it is. So that's why it's so, see, hand and foot. So I set, get my quad, and then go. So you gotta have all those things ready, and then so each movement, you guys, you only do Tai Chi once, 37 postures, and the repetitions. It's an amazing transformative art, because you're doing it. So every time I transform the person's neck, they're all locked up in here. Headaches, migraines, pain, can't think. Oh, then. So every one of these movements is just like me doing an AO release on somebody. Skilled release on somebody's neck. Here it is. Look at that. So each one of these movements, body moves, each one of these movements is like me doing an AO release on somebody. Because you have to have the setup and then the culmination. So the setup and then the culmination. Does that make sense? Yeah. Much more different. We got to give Tai Chi its respect, its elegance. You know, we have to give back its elegance, its face, not our face. Competition Tai Chi is our face. Tai Chi is just like neuropathy. You know, it has its own face. We have to give it back. Not take the face away and say, look how great I am. No, look how great the art is. Tai Chi is a great art. What they've done is they've said, no, we're great when we do Tai Chi. No, Tai Chi makes you great when you do it.
That's awesome.
It's the art that has the power, not the person.
Wow.
So that's the difference. So when you guys do this, it's not just, you know, you come here on Sunday and monkey see, monkey do. You really have to try to focus on what's going on down there. That little guy is doing Tai Chi right here. So that guy is moving. The extension of his arms, the extension of his legs, this little guy in Dan Chen is doing the art. So that's the difference. He's lifting his leg. I can see him. I'm waiting for him. Now he moves the whole body. So you focus right here. Tai Chi is about coming down into here, into Hara, Dan Chen, the center. You know? It's about bringing the mind from up here, where everything is like, whoa, what's going on? To bring it down, 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 to the third brain, you know, the enteric brain, the digestive brain. The brain that takes the food and gives us, you know, extracts sunlight out of that food. This is the, you know, different brain. It's a very powerful brain, you know, and so that movements, you're putting your brain, your mind in this place where, you know, that's why Tai Chi would be great for people with Crohn's disease, you know, colitis, all kind. If they do it right, not just, you know, if they really do it right, it should be tremendous for them. People that have those diseases, their brain is off. Just like you're mentally ill, they're mentally ill right here, not here. Those people are normal. I met people with Crohn's, they're brilliant people, but they're mentally ill here. This is where the mental illness is. It's in this brain, in the enteric brain. So Tai Chi is a healer for that. If somebody else has a problem here, it's a healer for that because it slows you down. Relax. You take life as you chew the life and you digest it slowly instead of life coming at you like this. Ah, that's anxiety. You know? This way you chew life very, very slowly. Chew it, masticate it. Tai Chi sets the body in motion to do that. These people can't masticate, they can't chew, they can't digest. So that's where Tai Chi, this movement of the Da Chen, back and forth, is going to encourage this brain to get back, reset, to go back to default setting, you know, the original setting. So it's a lot more, guys, than just what we think, moving our hands around. That's why I respect the art while I'll never quit. If you guys never come, I'm still here. Because the art is what I respect, not you guys. Not if you guys think I'm great, I respect the art. The prophecy is the same. It doesn't matter. I still go on with the art. You know, any art, massage, anything. I respect the art, not my teachers. I thank them for showing me the way, but then I have to explore the art myself. Because the art has riches. You know, that's the difference between me and a lot of Tai Chi teachers, is I realized the art had riches to offer me, not my teacher. And I had to explore the art through many teachers, through many people, many books. Then I could get the riches out. You had to dig, dig, dig. Whereas most people just say, oh, that's my teacher. And you can't disrespect him. You can't say, come on. The art is the teacher, not the person. You just happen to bump into somebody who knows a little bit. Take some. Bump into somebody else. Take some. Take book. Take some. Video. Take some. And then you start to respect the art more and more. You never hear me talking about one person that is my, you know, I have Dr. Tao there because he was one of the teachers that I had, but there's a lot of teachers that I had, a lot of books that I went through. And just life itself. I would walk along and I'd see somebody slip, and I'd see them gain balance, and I'd go, wow, that was a Tai Chi movement. That was amazing. You know, I saw Tai Chi in there. So I was like, oh, okay, now I understand what that movement means. This is the difference. It's just,
you know, I was thinking about how when we're doing the applications and when we're doing the different exercises, how it tends to make you come out more rather than going back in this area. So you have to try to not get yourself too excited.
No, I think it's all about relaxation, so it all comes down to here. But eventually, if this is correct, you'll be the best person you were meant to be. Genetically, spiritually, physically, you know, culturally, you'll be the best person you possibly can if you focus down here. You know, this brain is proper. Because the only way we can continue our lives is by what we eat, basically. And I'm not talking about just eating food, I'm talking about your friends. You know, you're eating their conversations, eating their thoughts, your environment, you know, the kind of place you live in, you're eating that. The books you read, the information, the TV you watch, all that you're eating, that's your diet. When we talk about Chinese medicine, the spleen. Everybody thinks the spleen, not this spleen, but the spleen energetically, Chinese medicine, digests just food. It doesn't. I just tell the students, it digests everything you see, touch, taste, smell. So if you're doing, you know, multitasking, you're destroying your spleen. That's why Americans are so jacked. Well, we have so many digestive problems versus the Chinese. It's because we digest too much. You know, so that energetic system is for digesting everything. And we just digest too much. You know, we'll be eating, watching TV, you know, got the radio on over here, you know, then we're talking to somebody in another room. It's like, we're driving a car, putting on makeup, you know, eating a sandwich. It's just way too much, you know. You gotta slow down. So Tai Chi is like hypnosis. It's focusing on one thing for that moment. Right here. The enteric brain. Focusing on that. what extracts the sunlight out of the food we eat, because everything is sunlight. Everything. Everything, right? Without sunlight. So, you know, even alcohol, we make it out of whatever, bamboo, or sugar cane, you know, corn. That alcohol is sunlight. They're extracting it. They're using a fermentation process to extract the sunlight out and make it, you know, and fine tune it, distill it to make it powerful again. So sunlight drives everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, everything's about sunlight.
Wow.
Completely. And it's what the Chinese call it, Tai Yang, the big yang. Yang is the mover. So sunlight is the mover. So we got to extract. Our whole life is about extracting sunlight out of everybody. It's sad because a lot of times we extract darkness. People give us darkness, you know. We end up extracting that. It's sad, you know. So people need to get more sunlight. You know? So they eat right. They're gonna end up doing what? So if I eat right, Khalil, you'll know I'm eating right because I'm gonna be kind to you and nice to you and try to help you. You know. I'm gonna think about you instead of me, right? The plants think about us. The animals think about us. We should think about them. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. How do we know that their thought process aren't for, I'm giving, like the Indians used to do that. They would say, you know, they kill something and say, thank you for giving yourself to me so that I can continue living. You know, you sacrificed yourself to me. And we appreciate that. They would say a blessing over the animal. So they were in tune with this sunlight. You know? But a lot of ancient Egyptians worship what?
Sun God.
The sun. Yeah. Because those ancient peoples knew what was truly everything, and that's the sun. The yang, that's what keeps everything moving. You know, the earth is yin, the sun is yang. So you have both of those together, and we have life. That's why life's sprung together here. We have the right amount of yin, the right amount of yang, the right distance from the sun, so it didn't kill us, didn't burn us, and then put those two together, life. And continue life.
Wow.
And people need to realize more when they're eating their food and talking to people that extracting sunlight from each other, you know, giving sunlight, obviously. So we absorb the sun through food and everything else. Then we give the sun to somebody else. We're propagating their life. You know? We're giving them continued life. And Tai Chi is one way to do in a group where you might be a little bit down that day. Your sunlight level's down, my sunlight level's up. So I go ahead, as I'm doing it next to you, you're absorbing that. And you're reducing mine because mine's too much. Remember, too much sun kills you. So you're absorbing, so that's why we all benefit each other.
Wow. Even though different levels.
Absolutely, no, because you're going to bring me down to the right level, and I'm going to bring you up to the right level. In the end, we're all going to be at the same level by doing the form together. So that was the original thing of the form. Now, the next part is the applications, right? And that's to how to use this sunlight in movement, you know? Understand yin and yang. One has to rest, one does nothing, and one has to move. So there's that give and take, right? There's that give and take. And that's what a lot of classes miss. They just have two guys, you know, that's their push hands. It's not push hands. It's dumb hands. It's two, you know, suns becoming a supernova, crashing into each other, you know. It's a joke, man. Doesn't help benefit anybody, just burns everybody out. You know? So, the whole thing is about yin and yang. You have to have the opposites, always.